how you feel about Trump not giving Diddy a pardon?
Well, Diddy's case has not gotten all the way through the system. Um, Diddy, I suspect, was engaged in an act of self defense of sorts by getting blackmail information over a 15-year period on people he had to work with so that he could keep things on an even plane. He found out what a freak he and his acquaintances were, what freaks they were. And a lot of people got disgusted. But that's what I've told folk. When you start ideating on being like the people that entertain you, be careful because you may be into something else.
Trap House, we had Big Head Reese. Like I said before, man, I like Judge Joe Brown. I'm back to see if he just speaking facts. We gotta listen to his tape on why Trump didn't pardon Diddy. He believes he has evidence on big name celebrities. So Judge Joe Brown think Diddy knows some names about some big people and thing played out how it played out. So I'm gonna watch the video, let him talk.
If you emulate them, what they're really about. You see, these people are to entertain you, and that means creating images and impression that may be totally fictitious rather. So you're basing what you are about on an adult who spent their entire lifetime being about fantasy, make believe, fiction, and disassociation of the current situation from reality. So be careful.
I like that. People forgetting that. Like that's the type of world we live in. Like these people are meant to just entertain, man. They're just trying to entertain you. They're just trying to keep you laughing, keep you distracted from the real problems. You know what I mean? People gotta remember that's what it's about.
Now, one of the things I don't think Trump wants to do is to diffuse what may come out of this with ongoing investigations that are suggested by what occurred. And in the process, if you pardon him, you may cut yourself off from finding out what else is going on. Like when Diddy first started coming under suspicion, I said, you know what? This sounds like somebody is upset because in 15 years of recordings with all of these freak parties going on, somebody is there that doesn't want that fact to come out or that allegation to come out.
So it sounds like to me he's saying he know that it's bigger fish to fry. Trump know it's bigger fish to fry, so I can't pardon Diddy. You know what I mean? Let him cook. He said, let Diddy cook. I ain't gonna pardon you. I gotta catch whoever else out here.
So somebody's being protected. So who's being protected and what are we abusing um, federal law to
Mm, yeah, they are. They're abusing criminal law.
prosecute somebody, persecute them so they can't say anything about somebody? That's why we have the Bill of Rights, so that doesn't happen. But it's completely flaunting the Bill of Rights, this so-called lawfare.
Mm.
So is that what's really behind this whole thing? So Diddy kind of put himself right in the midst of, there was some reprehensible characteristics of what he was doing. And it's not nice. The whole thing about being into what looked like pimping, I'll say that as an allegation, is not clean. So, you know, law has this thing of if you want relief, make sure your hands are clean. So,
But they say possession is not attempts of the law. If it's in your hands, you gotta take the stand.
his hands aren't exactly clean of some of the things, even if the consequences are a little bit wrong in terms of what is trying to be accomplished. You don't go out and persecute somebody to protect somebody's reputation. And 15 years worth of recordings will have deterred a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
in the entertainment. And
That's that. For me, it's like if it's 15, 20 years of recordings of him doing all this illegal stuff, that means the government was complicit all these years, man. That means, and over the past 15 years, Democrats and Republicans been in charge. So all of them been complicit with what might be on these tapes because all of them probably on the tapes. If you ask me, they on it. They know they on it.
and communications industries who might have otherwise done some foul things to somebody, but they held back because they knew that somebody had damning evidence on them. So, who else did you hear about at these large, several time a week freak parties? You see,
Several
you didn't
times a
hear
week.
too many names, did you?
Yeah,
And
no name.
remember, this is
That's what I
going
said.
on several times.
I'm in that same bag. For me, it's like the Epstein files came out 3 million pages, but ain't nothing shocking. Like, it's nothing shocking. Like, I still want to know. I want the Diddy list. The list of guests at the Diddy party. That's what I want. That's what we need. The Diddy list next.
A month for 15 years. So, who didn't you hear about it? What big
Mm-hmm.
time celebrities or politicos
Mm-hmm.
came to these events to get their freak on and have a little adventure and didn't want anything told? Who knows?
I hope not you, Joe. I hope we don't get no tape to see Judge Joe Brown going down. It's like, no, I'm just playing, but for real, like, you gotta think about it like that. Like, 15, 20 years, it probably was, it reminded me of like Hoover. If you young, you should go look up FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover. Like, he had information on everybody. It seemed like somebody played the Hoover position in this situation where they let everybody go to these parties, these situations, just to get all kinds of information on them. That's the world about information. Give me the information. You got everything. You got the keys.
You believe it was big names involved?
Yes, and I think some of them were involved in the political process, sometimes very high up. And I'm not talking about the current president, Mr. Donald Trump. I'm not
Mm,
talking about him. And
mm.
by the way, the whole thing about the Epstein thing, we might as well touch on that. I know anytime I'm someplace, I really hate it when somebody's hiding, trying to take a picture long distance with their phone over somebody's shoulder. I said, come on, you want a picture? Stand here and ask me. Yeah, you can have a picture. Come on, get one. I don't know. But I always act like I like people, which I do. So I'll shake the person's hand. We may smile or whatever it might
Subscribe,
be.
subscribe,
And if
subscribe.
somebody showed the picture,
What are you
five,
talking
six,
about?
seven,
Subscribe.
sometimes somebody showed me a picture that was taken 26 years ago, was interesting. Said we took a picture one time. Yeah, how about that? See, somebody might come back 20 years. You took a picture with this guy and he just got out of the penitentiary for armed robbery. Well,
Judge Joe probably got a lot of pictures with a lot of crooks and thieves, pimps and moles and hoes and souls and all that. Yo, Judge Joe probably tell everybody, man, go ahead, man. Sue me if you want.
how do I know that? I'm just glad handing somebody who is a constituent or a supporter or a fan.
Look, look, told you.
So people need to get off of this inquiring minds nonsense that used to be the phrase for what was it? Oh, yeah, National Enquirer. Inquiring minds must know. So be patient. What did Obi-Wan tell Luke? Patience is a great virtue, Padawan.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Justice grinds slowly, and when it's rushed, it tends to miscarry.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, by the way, one of the reasons you haven't seen indictments. Uh, the current administration has been in office just that 1 year. It had to spend a lot of time getting things set up. The appointed U.S. attorneys had to be confirmed, which is one reason that Tisha James got out.
And look at the comments. See what some people are saying. Big Head Reach, chat files. Forget the comments. Somebody come in. See, speaking facts and all. Subscribe.